Hello, YouTube. It's October, and everybody does their October videos, showing off all the movies they want to watch in October, all the horror movies and Halloween-related movies. And this is my stack. I know I'm a little late. I have 31 movies here, but well, not 31 movies really, but I mean, because this is a collection, and then I have one with 2 movies on it and stuff. Anyways, regardless of semantics here, these are the movies I'm going to try to watch all through October, and these are the Blu-rays. Of course, I said I have collection movies here, and then DVDs. I just started collecting Blu-rays, so of course a lot of my movies are DVDs. I mean, I have like 20, 25 Blu-rays, but I haven't switched all my movies to Blu-ray yet, and some of these I don't even think are on Blu-ray. But not all of these are horror movies. Some of them are just Halloween related. There's a few comedies in here mixed in, stuff like that to break it up. But I also don't have enough horror movies. Anyways, I like more comedies than horror, but I like movies, all movies, so there you go. But I guess I'll start with the Blu-rays right here. First one is Cabin in the Woods. Everybody knows this movie for the most part, since it's a newer release and stuff. I liked it. Joss Whedon, I don't know if he produced this, but he for sure wrote it. I know he didn't. He definitely didn't direct it. He wrote it. It says here. Oh, and produced and wrote it. So yeah, it has his feel to it, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and stuff like that. I was surprised that I liked this in the theater, and the ending has a okay twist, I guess. Just a little different. The next is the remake of The Thing. It's classic. Everybody likes this movie for the most part. The special effects, I always love the practical special effects in this movie. It's crazy for the time and stuff like that. I will say the reimagining of this one, the second one, based in this world, not in the original 50s movie, but this one I didn't care for. The second one to this, I really didn't care for too much. It just didn't have the same feel to it. The next one is The Fly. This is also the remake, Cronenberg's remake of The Fly. I always liked special effects in this one too, and of course, what's his name? Goldblum is just crazy looking, so weird and crazy looking in this movie. But yeah, it's The Fly. The next one is American Werewolf in London. I just recently watched the second one to this, American Werewolf in Paris, which is okay, but definitely not the same. And of course, the effects in this movie is crazy too. Right here, they show him transforming, and I always liked John Landis. A bunch of his movies I've always liked. But yeah, I haven't seen this movie in forever. It's been a long time. I haven't even watched it since I bought the Blu-ray yet. So yeah, so that's going to be interesting to watch. The Monster Squad. I used to love this as a kid. Like, it was one of my favorite movies. I had to go to the movie store and always pick it up. But I have this bootleg copy of a DVD from a while back. I got it at a MegaCon, I think it was, in Orlando. Anyways, I got it because it hadn't come out on DVD or Blu-ray or anything yet. Blu-rays weren't even then at the time, anyways. But I knew it wasn't coming out on DVD anytime soon. I always loved the movie, so I had to pick it up. But now that it's on Blu-ray, I think I might have watched it once on Blu-ray, which is it's a good quality for what it is. It's definitely campy and cheesy and stuff. But yeah, the director of that movie also directed this movie, which is Night of the Creeps. The other movie he directed, because I think he only directed 3 movies, as far as I know, is the third, not Terminator, RoboCop. which was just cheesy, stupid. I never cared for it, but these two movies I always loved. It'd be a good double feature if I make it a double feature. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to double up some of these just because I'm late to the game and stuff, and want to try to get all 31 down. But Night of the Creeps, always loved it. It's almost like Slither, if you've seen Slither, which I don't know I'm not, but that might be a movie I need to get soon on Blu-ray. It's probably cheap. But yeah, it's Night of the Creeps. It's kind of like Slither, where the worm things go into you when you turn into a zombie. But I always like the effects in this too. It's really cool. In the beginning, how the little slithering things come to the town and stuff is really cool. And yeah, that's Night of the Creeps. Next one is the Digibook of Poltergeist. I haven't watched this yet either, but I've flipped through it, and the quality looks really good and stuff. I've always loved this movie. It's been one of the scariest movies to me. There's the one scene with the clown. If they even show it in the booklet, I have to show it to you. I don't see that scene right away, but the scene with the clown always got me. It freaked the hell out of me when I was little. Just recently I saw the second one and the third one. I've seen them before, but I followed up and saw those ones, and I always loved those two movies too, but not as much as this one. This one, just the feel and everything about it, it's just real creepy. Always loved it. Alright, those are my Blu-rays, and now I guess I'll go to my collection ones that I'm going to do. I have all three Evil Dead movies, original ones, of course. I did just recently see the remake of The Evil Dead, which I loved, but it's just not the same without Ash and everybody in the movie, but Bruce Campbell. But it's a good remake, the other one. But this one is Evil Dead. If you've never heard about this one, and who hasn't, basically, like the woods comes alive and terrorizes and takes over people in a cabin, stuff like that. The second one is kind of the same thing as the first one, just like a little different, shot a little different, and a little more of a storyline and stuff and everything. And this edition is really cool. I got it when one of the record stores closed in the mall, so I got it for like super cheap. This used to be real expensive, but I got it for super cheap. And the eye used to make the book scream, but I guess it just died and doesn't work anymore. But you press the eye and it'd go and scream and stuff, which I thought was really cool. But this is the Necronomicon, which is really cool. And this is the third movie, Army of Darkness, which is my favorite of all three, because I saw this one first. I didn't even know about these ones, because it's not evil. It doesn't say Evil Dead. It just says Army of Darkness, and the way it sets up for this movie, it doesn't really seem like there's other movies. But I saw this movie and I fell in love with Bruce Campbell. I got him to sign not any of these, but I got him to sign his book that I have over there, which is really cool. But yeah, this is the bootleg edition, which has a different ending than the original ending that I remember. But I love the original ending better. But yeah, that's that collection that I'm going to try to watch all in one night. I'm going to try to do that. The next one is the Scream trilogy. Not the fourth one, just the first three. I did not care for the fourth one at all. But this is the first three of them. It's really cool. It has really cool slipcover. And then it has Neve Campbell there. I think on the back it has the Scream ghost guy. Ghostface. Yeah, Ghostface on the back. But this edition is really cool because it let me put this back right here. It has a fourth disc where you can make a scene from the third movie. It's the opening scene. You can rearrange the third movie's scene, which is really cool, I think. And then it has trivia. This is one of the first movies that have, like, you put it on the computer and you can go on the web and stuff with it, which I thought was really cool. Uh, there's music videos and stuff with all these. It's just a really good collection. I've always loved these movies. First one is great. I've always loved all three, but people say the second and third one aren't too great. But in my opinion, they stack up to the first one. But the first one is still the best. It's just the best to me. And here are the rest of my DVDs that I'm gonna be watching right here. The first one is The Lost Boys. Everybody knows that movie. I'm not gonna go into detail. It's just a vampire movie from the 80s. The Burbs. You wouldn't really think this is a scary, horror movie or nothing. It's really not horror. It's a comedy, but it's definitely in vain for October and Halloween and stuff. So I threw it in there. Plus, I always like Tom Hanks, anyways. So there's that. Silver Bullet. Stephen King's Silver Bullet. Everybody knows. Hopefully, you guys know that movie. It's just a werewolf movie. You gotta kill the werewolf with a silver bullet. It's the first time I heard about killing a werewolf with a silver bullet. But I always liked Gary Busey in this movie. He's not crazy, whacked out Gary Busey. He's actually toned down. And Corey Haim is good in this movie too. He's also in The Lost Boys. The next one is Young Frankenstein. Of course, because it has Frankenstein in it. It's the only Frankenstein movie I have. I thought I'd throw it in the mix. Plus, I love this movie anyways. Black and white feel and everything just fits for October. Arachnophobia. When I first saw it, scared the heck out of me. But I like John Goodman's character in this movie. It's pretty funny. So yeah, there's that one. This is the 3-pack of Ernest movies. There's one more Ernest movie, the Christmas one. I thought they should have made it a 4-pack, really. But the one I'm going to be watching, of course, is Scared Stupid. Have to throw in another comedy there. The next one is The Crazies. And this is the remake of The Crazies. I've never seen the first one yet, but might be interesting to try to find that. I always liked Timothy Olyphant, so there's that movie. One of the scariest ghost movies besides Poltergeist that I've seen is Stir of Echoes. And this is from EB Games. Wow, that's before GameStop came about. They were called EB Games. I still haven't taken the sticker off, so you know how many years that's been. But I even like this better than Sixth Sense, if you can believe it. This came out about the same time as Sixth Sense anyways, but the imagery in this movie just scared the heck out of me. And I'm not a big fan of like ghost movies, but the imagery in this movie scared the heck out of me when I first saw it. The next one is Trick or Treat. It's kind of a comedy horror movie, anthology movie. First time I saw this, blew me away, and I like this guy. I don't know what you even call him, but he kills the one guy with a lollipop and stuff, or stabs him with it and stuff. It's just funny. But I always liked that character. The next one is the classic original Halloween. It's the only Halloween for me. I think the Rob Zombie movie is okay. It's shot beautiful and stuff, but it's definitely not the same. You're not really supposed to know everything about Michael Myers, in my opinion. You're just supposed to know he's a crazy, fucked up guy who just tries to kill his sister, which you find out in the second movie that it's now his sister, or whatever, relative, I think, or whatnot, what you want to call it. Can't remember. Haven't seen this in a really long time. But this is the best Halloween movie in my opinion. The next one is 30 Days of Night, which a bunch of people were saying looks beautiful on Blu-ray because of all the snow atmosphere and stuff. So eventually I'm going to upgrade this to Blu-ray when I get the money, because of course I'm cheap. The next one is Jessica Biel's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I have seen the original movie, but I don't know. It's just it doesn't do much for me. I know people are sticklers for that movie and have a real following with that, but I always like this one. The second one to this one, with of course the same characters, the same family, is decent too, but I like this one the best. The next one is The Descent. I haven't seen the second one, and I think there's a third one, but I haven't seen the second one yet, and I don't want to ruin the first one, so I don't know if I will see the second one or not, but I always like this. I know the beginning is a little weird to me, but once it gets into, them going into the cave and stuff, then the movie really picks up, and that's what I like a lot about the movie. But the beginning is just kind of weird. I don't know why they set it up that way or not, but definitely this is one to check out if you haven't. It's one of the best horror movies in the past, I would say 10 years, for sure, with an original thing and not a remake, So definitely, I'm going to watch that one. This is another one that I always liked when I was a child. I have the third one, but not the second one, so I can't make this a triple feature. There's four of them, which I could make it a four movies, really, but I only have the first and third one, but the first one is always the best to me, which is Critters. Back in the day, this always scared me too, when I was little. Now it's just cheesy, can't be fun, but I always love these movies. I always remember this. I think it's in the second one, with the guy in the bunny costume, because it's Easter time, gets killed in the bunny costume. It's a real a funny scene. But yeah, that's Critters. This one, I'm not going to be watching My Bloody Valentine, which is the original one, which I didn't care for too much. I liked the remake a lot better in 3D, which I haven't seen it in 3D, but which would be cool to really do. But I'm watching this for April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day, and this is the original April Fool's Day, of course. It's the only one to watch. It has so many recognizable 80s people in it. The kid from I forget his name. I can't think of it at the moment. The one kid from I can't even think of the movie now. He was in a comedy with a girl who dressed as a guy to go to a different school or whatever. I forget the name of the movie. I can't think of it at the moment. But the other guy in this movie is Biff from Back to the Future. So that's why I like this movie a lot. But it's a good slasher. I think the ending is a little cheesy. Otherwise, it's a really good movie. The next one, it is a vampire movie, and it's kind of real silly, but it's Once Bitten with Jim Carrey, which I think is hilarious to me that Jim Carrey is in this. But basically, I think this is really his first theatrical movie that he came out with. I know he's done some bit parts in different movies before this and stuff, but I think this is his first real breakout role, which is funny to say, breakout role, really, but yeah, I always liked this movie as a kid. Used to watch it on HBO, Saturday mornings, like I say all the time. A lot of my favorite movies I've watched on Saturday mornings on HBO. When we used to have HBO back in the day at my parents' house. Used to get up early in the morning, and I always used to find all these great late 80s, early 90s movies, and this is just one of them that I always loved. It's called Once Bitten. The next one is The Collector. This is the first movie. There was The Collection that I recently just saw a couple months ago, which I didn't care for as much as this one, because they're just trying to make it more like Saw, and it's just too much. I love this movie a lot. This movie is one of the better slasher movies that came out in the past 10 years. It's just, there's so much good stuff to talk about this movie. It's just good visuals, a good evil guy. It's just a really good movie. If you haven't checked this out, this is a must, really. It's called The Collector. And the last one, it's a kind of a horror comedy movie as well, from the late 90s. It's a Robert Rodriguez movie. It's The Faculty. Pretty much everybody knows what this movie is too. Basically, some of the teachers and the students, they'll get like a bug implanted into them, and then they turn evil and stuff like that. I always like this movie too. It's a real fun movie. So many recognizable people in this movie. Josh Hartnett, Famke Janssen, who else? Robert Patrick, Usher is in there, so it's real funny. Jon Stewart and Elijah Wood. Jon Stewart. It's just funny to see Jon Stewart in a movie like this, because it's not even a comedy, and it's just real funny to see him in this. But I know there's other people in this movie that they're not talking about on the back here. But yeah, these are the movies I'm going to be watching. I'm pretty sure I probably won't get through all of them. I'm going to try to get through most of them, at least through all the Blu-rays and the collection here, like the triple features and stuff, and then try to go through most of these ones. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be watching for Halloween. And if you have any comments, any other movies you want me to see instead of these, like a few other movies. Recently I just saw The Innkeepers on Netflix, which is really good. Not amazing, because the ending just didn't do anything for me. But leading up to the ending, it was a real good ghost movie for the most part. And yeah, thanks for watching.